Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, where is the Home Secretary?
It's always worth hearing Yvette Cooper tear into Braverman and lay some home truths at her door, especially over Braverman's recent incendiary comments. But, surprise, surprise, Suella's not in attendance. Well, that's not going to stop Yvette delivering an absolutely blistering speech.
Sent the policing minister to come to refuse to repeat her words, because we've seen her words this morning, attempting to rip up the operational independence of the police, attacking their impartiality in the crudest and most partisan of ways, deliberately undermining respect for the police at a sensitive time when they have an important job to do, deliberately seeking to create division around remembrance, which the policing minister rightly said should be a time for communities to come together and to pay our respects. And she is deliberately inflaming community tensions in the most dangerous of ways. She is encouraging extremists on all sides, attacking the police when she should be backing them. It is highly irresponsible and dangerous, and no other Home Secretary would ever have done this. Mr. Speaker, remembrance events are really important to all of us. Those events need to be protected. That is the job of the police, to enforce, to respect the law, maintaining public safety, tackling hate crime and extremism, and respecting rights in law to peaceful protest. And they have to follow the law and the evidence, whatever politicians think, not be the operational arm of the Home Secretary, because whether she likes it or not, that is the British tradition of policing, and I, for one, am proud of it. We know what she's up to, claiming homelessness is a lifestyle choice, picking fights with the police to get headlines, but the job of the Home Secretary is to keep the public safe, not run an endless Tory leadership campaign. Cabinet colleagues refusing to agree with her, former police chiefs lining up to condemn her. So 2 questions. Does this government still believe in the operation independence of the police, and how can it do so while this Home Secretary is in post? And did the Prime Minister and Number 10 agree to the content of this article? Because either the Prime Minister has endorsed this or he's too weak to sack her, and if he can't get rid of her, get a grip of her conduct, it means he's given up on serious government, and he and the Home Secretary should both let someone else do the job.
Shall we hear from Chris Philp standing in for Suella? Oh, go on then.
Well, I thank the Shadow Home Secretary for her questions, as always. She asked about where the Home Secretary is. I mean, it may have been wise to ask privately rather than publicly, but she is with a close family member who is having a hospital operation this morning, and I have the Home Secretary's permission to say that to the House in the event that somebody raised it, as the Shadow Home Secretary has done, and so I'm passing that message on to the House.
Rather convenient. Anyway, carry on, Chris.
Look, I think the House should just keep in its mind, as we consider this topic, the fact that many of our fellow citizens are feeling deeply uneasy at what is going on in the Middle East, but its repercussions domestically as well.
So, no real response there, but in light of Suella's provocative rhetoric, Philps has the nerve to say this.
Let's keep that at the front of our mind, not party political point scoring.
Click here for the right way to deal with Suella.